and this is episode 10, the Brendan Dassey police interviews, and he's had many. So we are going to, this is going to be voiceover only because it's just listening to audio of Brendan Dassey with law enforcement. One's video, so it's a mix of video and audio. We're going to listen to, as the thumbnail says, his second, third, and fourth interviews with law enforcement before he was charged with being an accomplice in the unaliving of Theresa Halbach on the Avery Auto Salvage Yard. So, sorry, my dogs are all walking around and they drag their toenails so loud on the floor. All right, so we're going to start with his second interview. Let me flop screens here, get this going, unmute, and let's go. And this one, by the way, is a little bit hard to hear, but I apologize. I can't do a whole lot about the background, like buzzing, that old recording noise that you get in some situations, like that weird feedback thing. So there's a little bit of that in here.
Mark obviously laying out a tape recorder on the table. We like to tape the interview. Okay, no problem with that. That's all right. You're not under arrest. You know that. Free to go at any time you want. You listen to us. Don't have to answer your questions if you don't want. Stuff like that. Okay. And I would really appreciate if you just kind of relaxed and opened up with us. We're not here to jump in your face or get into you or anything like that. I know that may have happened before and stuff like that. We're not here to do that. We're here more to maybe let you talk or talk to you a little about how you've been feeling lately and stuff. I have a feeling some things are on your mind, and I just want to give you that opportunity to talk about it. Why don't you talk to us? Talk.
I was muted. Sorry to interject, but now I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the reason why Brendan was started to be targeted. So we listened to his first interview. Let me back up here a second. So his first interview was on 11/6/2005, which was about 6 days after Theresa Halbach goes missing or is last seen. So now we're on to his second interview, and at some point this happened between the 6th and 2/27/06, because we know that he was interviewed within this time frame, and it took place at his school. So I forgot to mention that the date of this interview was unknown, but it took place at his school. Without an adult, without a lawyer, without supervision. I don't know what the police are doing coming to his school, pulling him out of class and talking to him, but that is what they did. Yeah, so, sorry, let's get back to it.
What you're thinking about feeling lately. I know something's bothering you. You know that. It's got to be laying real heavy on you.
Been a tough go of it lately, I'd imagine, huh? Yeah. We definitely understand that.
We're not here to hurt anyone. Just, if you got a chance to meet Teresa's mother and stuff, and got to know them a little, you know that they were decent people too. And just like I think your brothers are, and your mom is, and people don't realize that because of all the bad press and stuff. And that's all we're thinking of, just to bring justice, no matter how hard or how much it hurts for Theresa. So, just feel free to talk to us. Go ahead and tell if it's been bothering you.
The officers use this technique a lot. Like, just tell us the truth. Just tell us. Just tell us what's bothering you. Just tell us. Like, they're buddies. Come on now. And in a lot of this, Brendan is super quiet. He doesn't even know what to say. These officers are clearly trying to manipulate the conversation or get something out of him. They're using their read technique, which I'm going to do a whole show on because it is fascinating and horrible what officers do to people to try to get them to confess. And that's what they're trained to do. So, anyways, that's going to be another episode. So, just listen to the way that they are questioning him. It's sickening to listen to, especially knowing that this individual has a low IQ. He can easily be manipulated, and these officers know that. They know that.
It's gone. You're pretty close to me.
Helps him fix his car, man.
I definitely recommend wearing headphones to hear this one because I am, and it's still difficult to listen to. So, just a FYI.
Kind of figured that was part of it. Were you probably the closest to him? As opposed to like your brothers and stuff?
Well, me and Blake.
Yeah. Like hang around Steve a lot too. And have you been able to go and visit him at all?
Well, I tried to look at the game. I didn't have like identity cards.
Oh. You talk to him on the phone much? No? How's your mom doing? Pretty good. Anything else bothering you? No? Brett, we know that, you know, that Halloween stuff we deal with and helping tend to a fire and stuff like that behind the garage and stuff. Anything that you saw that night that was bothering you? You built a fire and you believe that's where Theresa was caught. And you were out there by the fire and stuff. By your own words, you might have got that seat out of vehicle seat or whatever that was, brought it over and someone put it on the fire. Did you have to put that seat on the fire or him? We did both grab it and put it in the fire. What did you see in the fire? See body parts. You know, if you saw something in the fire and box in the body, you're feeling bad about it. Well, it's ever going to happen. Talk about it. Because I got to believe you can see something in the fire. You want to know how to do that? Because Teresa's bones when her finger in that seat. The only way her bones is in the finger in that seat is if she was put on that seat or her seat was put on top of her. So we're not going to say you did, we're not going to say you did, we're not going to rush to go out of it with that. We're here to give you the opportunity to come forward and talk about what you may have seen or encountered out there tonight. You want to know a lot of the reason why we're doing this because how old are you, 16, 17? You're a kid. You know, and we've got people back at the Sheriff's Department, District Attorney's Office that are looking at this now saying there is no way that Brendan Dassey is out there and didn't see something on it. they're talking about trying to link Dassey with this event. Not saying that Brendan did it, but saying Brendan had something to do with it or cover up of it, which would mean Brendan Dassey could potentially be facing charges for that. Mark and I both going, he's a kid. He had nothing to do with this, and whether Steve got him out there to help build a fire and he inadvertently saw some things, that's what it would be. It wouldn't be that Brendan actually helped him dispose of his body. And I'm looking at you, Brendan, and I know he saw something. And that's what's killing him more than anything. Knowing that Steve did this, it hurts. Whether it was an accident that Steven did it by, whatever happened, he's got to deal with that. Truthfully, I don't believe Steven intended to kill her. I don't know how it happened. Only Steven knows how it happened. Potentially you. Do you know how it happened? What did you see in that fire?
Watch Floyd garbage day.
What was it? Garbage day?
She was not like barely close.
White garbage days? And they're plastic. Plastic melts pretty quick, right? What else do we see?
Well, I was like,
Where did you get those days from?
almost in the scratch with it. He was saving it for a pop player. This week, if I just want to transfer over, but they canceled.
Yeah, I know how hard this is. You know, you saw the prison garbage day coming, but I can look, I can't even see your eyes, but I can look at you and tell you know something. You saw something or something way in the eye. We wouldn't be here bothering you if we didn't know that. We've gotten a lot of information. You know, some people don't care. Some people back there are saying, well, we'll just charge him. So no, let us talk about this. You know, we have the opportunity to come forward with the information that we have. Get it off of his chest. You know, make it look, you can make it look hard if you want, but we can come here and compel you to tell us what to do. That way you don't have to feel bad for Steven. You know, tell the truth. You have no choice in that. Someone that kills someone. Now they said, I don't think Steven intended to do it, but it happened. He still has to pay the price for that. I love you. You love your body, and I know you understand that. You need to do the right thing. How are you going to live with yourself the rest of your life? No one will know. I got 3 kids, son that's your age. I'm looking at you and I see you literally him, and I see him in you, I really do. I know how that would hurt me, too. I know how much he would hurt because of what he, you know, what he felt for the person and what he saw, you know. I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here, oh, get this or get that, I'm not. You know, get this off your chest. Mark and I, yeah, we're cops. We're investigators and stuff like that, but I'm not right now. A father that has a kid your age too. I feel for you. That's why I like more than come over and give you a hug and then over her. Yes, I do want to make justice to this through Halbach too. Want to tell me about your sorrow or another something that is intensely bothering you. Talk about it. you high and dry. We'll talk to your mom after this. And we'll deal with it the best we can. For your good, okay? I promise I will not let you high and dry. Stand behind me.
We both will, Brett. We're here to help you.
Well, I know that you just
And that's nice to know. It's not something that, I mean, we knew that. I'm more interested in what you probably saw in that fire or something, because we know she was put in the fire. There's no doubt about it. The evidence speaks for itself.
Gotta unmute, sorry. So they want to place Brendan at that fire with Steven, with Theresa's remains in the pit, because there was an area where her remains were found on the Avery property. They were also in burn barrels throughout, and also in Steven's burn pit. However, according to Steven and Brendan's original police statements, they definitely they said that they were burning tires and garbage and things like that, like furniture, junk that they could find around the property, to burn in their burn pit, just for fun, because that's what you do when you live out in the country and you got nothing to do. That's what you do, is create a big bonfire. However, they're trying to say that that bonfire was actually them burning Theresa. However, in Making a Murderer 2, we see Kathleen Zellner speaking with a burn expert when it comes to human remains. And he says that he's seen human remains been burned in every single possible way imagined. And he's done studies on this, and he says it's impossible for her body to have been burned up as badly as it was in just an open area burn pit. So he believes that those ashes ashes and bone fragments would have been placed there and not originally burnt there. So that's his theory, and he has a lot of good reasons as to why. And you can never get a fire that hot in the open air. You would have to do it in a burn pit or a burn barrel with proper ventilation in order for it to get as hot as it needs to get in order to burn off as much flesh and bone and whatnot that it did. So it was definitely, assuming this is how it happened and she was burnt, which I think we can safely assume that she was, whoever the perpetrator was, put her in a burn barrel, put her body in a burn barrel to burn her. And that is. We also have to remember that Bobby Dassey was out skinning a deer that day. That apparently was some roadkill that they found, and he was supposedly skinning a deer. So if he came home with BLOOD all over him, or, traces of something BLOODY on him in his car, any of that, did they look? I don't know. But if he had come home with a mess on him, it would be easily explainable. Oh yeah, I was just dressing a deer out over yonder. And anyways, sorry, I don't mean to get on tangents, but there's just so many holes in all of this, and they want to put Brendan and Steven at that fire, which Scott, I know now I was saying it wrong. It's Tadic, not Tadich, but it looks like Tadich. It's Tadic. So Scott Tadic, the stepdad of Brendan, and also of Bobby, and Bobby were out that day. So Bobby and Scott were out that day. They both said that they saw each other. They both said that they were deer hunting, but they were off in different directions. I don't know. So it's very odd. And then Scott also, in his testimony, said that that night there was a bonfire by Stevens that was 10 feet tall, which would be nearly impossible. But that's what he said. So, anyways, sorry. I don't mean to keep interjecting, but it's important to talk about the facts and what's inconsistent here.
And you were out there with him. And unfortunately, I'm afraid you saw something that you wish you never would have seen. You know it, right? I mean, that's what we need to know. We get that off your chest, and we can move forward. That's the important thing we need to get out right now. For you. Because you're having a tough go of it. It's not just because you can't see Steve, it's because of what you saw. You see a hand, foot, something in the fire. Bone. You smell something that was not too right.
We were different. We were there now. There comes something like, what is that?
You were both you and Steve. Was it just you going around with the cart and stuff? Yeah. Tell me this, when I mean you got home from school and stuff. Were you there when the fire started, or did you come out after the fire was going pretty good?
Yeah, it started.
And were there tires on it before you got out there?
Almost branches.
And then, what time did you go into the house that night about it? And was she still out there then?
My brother came home from City Hall to my personal.
And what brother's that?
What?
So you put it at 10 or 10:30? 10:30.
And that same night, did you help him push a vehicle somewhere too?
Yeah, but
And what'd you do with that? Was that a Suzuki? And where'd you push that?
yeah, those had to push it to the garage.
His garage. And what else was in that garage at that time?
Just one day.
Yeah, no pet in there? Anything else?
What I told you with it was a lot more.
No other vehicle. Some other things. So, didn't see you in that fire.
What was in the garbage bags?
Paper plates, solar bottle things.
Were they heavy?
Did you help carry them out, or did you do that?
I carried one.
From the house or garage? What else is bother? It was pretty down.
you all, so
She just break up.
like 2 weeks. She goes up.
She say why? Nothing to do with this, is it? Well, I hope you're getting over that. She's the girl. With my mother's, right? Talk to your mom about it at all? She said the same thing. My other girl. My mom told me that at times too. True. Time won't heal that.
And we know that Steve told you to say certain things when he just came to talk to you. Okay, I know that. We've been told that. Okay. What did Steve tell you to tell us? What kind of stuff?
Like, well, it's before you said that.
Did he tell you what to say? I heard that he did. I heard, and I was told, Brendan, Steve told you what to say and what not to say. Because it was you and him out by that fire. And only you and him knew what was going on there. It's really important that you be honest here, okay? Everybody gets an opportunity with Tom and I, okay? We want to give you that opportunity to be honest. We want to help you through this. Obviously, it's bothering you. This whole thing is bothering you and the rest of your family. But you'll never, ever get over it unless you're honest about it. Because this will bug you to the day that you die. Unless you're honest about it. But we want to go back and tell people that, Brendan told us what he knew. We want to be able to tell people that Brendan was honest. It's not like Steve. He's honest. He's a good guy. He's going to go places in this life. But in order for us to do that, you need to be honest with us. And so far, you're not being 100% honest. Okay? Tom and I have been doing this job a long, long time. Longer than you've been alive. And our experience and our knowledge of this job tells us that you're not being totally honest with us. And there's no way that you're going to get over this and move on in your life without being honest.
Steven said it about the fireman. I get tonight, I told the witness we can't forward it and said, I think it's Steven fire. So we listen to that. We know that.
Steve doesn't care about you right now. He cares about himself.
Unfortunately, it's all Steven. We let me hang on dry. We told you when we say we got on the bus that we saw. We all saw. The only one that we talked to is the other brothers, Bobby, Brian, that we consistent. We said, part of it's because of that, because we like Steven, we're trying to help them, but misguided that way, and we're trying to couple that with what happened with Steve. And we just started being honest with us about some things very well.
Oh, you're usually trying to play with the concept. Grandma's been hiding the week and stuff. It's very good.
What else did he tell you?
They said it was going to get a car and try to get away. That's what it is.
his one. That's it. Anyone else by the fire like that night? All night. I think there's a reason for that. Steven felt he could trust you to not say anything. Lots of it in the fire. And then see the reason. It's really long. Take advantage of that.
Cover up for hurting that girl that did nothing. How would you feel if that was your sister? Yeah. That burn pit, Brendan, was no bigger than this table. Okay? You know how big it was. I find it quite difficult to believe that if there was a body in that, Brendan, that you wouldn't have seen something. A hand, a foot, a head, hair, something. We know you saw something. And maybe you've tried to block it out. But it's really important that you remember, think back.
It's really got anything to do with for the garage or the house or the fire pit. I just saw something. Mark and I both want to go back to this and say, you didn't do it. Dassey and Mary came forward finally told us. Imagine how it was in the rain right now. You'll understand that.
We'll go to bat for you. But you have to be honest with us.
Exactly. You get calls, you get calls, tell us what to do, see the truth.
It's okay to know.
It's okay. Just need to step toward getting better about yourself, toward recovery, and not crying at night because of this stuff happening. All of this stuff. I promise you I'm not going to hang on to it all. But you've got to have the truth. The truth is going to be terrible. John's here with you, with your mom. Take care of you. Make sure your mom is there for you. Like your dad.
We're not going to run back and tell your grandma, grandpa what you told us or anything like that. Okay?
So the house that's really hospital here.
Let's talk about it.
Talk to us.
Where to get the clothes from?
Right.
We're in the garage. We're in the garage, were they?
Back.
Back left side.
When her car's still in there. That's the truth.
Okay.
Did you see some other garments or anything like that? Wrong.
How about any shoes? Is there blood on those clothes? Be honest, Brandon. We already know you know. Help us out. think of yourself here. Help that family out. It's gonna be alright. Okay. Is it the house call? Okay. Where was the blood? Blood on his shirt. You're starting to get it out now, okay? It's gonna be alright. When the fire pit got full, we buried that whole pit and started to hit somewhere else where so you had to go from behind the garage to the other house. You say why? Did you know why? Where did he tell you those calls came from? Kind of knew better, don't you? Now know better. They're girls' clothes, aren't they? Were they up to 8 or anything? Pants and shirt and anything else. And blood on the shirt. Where on the shirt was it like? Where on the shirt was it? Was it a button-up shirt? You said you didn't know what kind of pants were they? Jean pants or? What else did he get out of the garage? To be honest, okay, I'll see. Well, he had to show it. Okay. Ready? Yep. Go ahead. That's all again. That's it. What do you do with the show? Next to go to the parts that really are going to hurt more than clothes. Talk about all having a thought and the feeling that you saw something fire that you're trying to just make something better for you. It's not your fault, remember that. It's not your fault. Mark and I are not going to be fine. We got a very, very important appointment at 3 o'clock today. I'm not going to be able to put an appointment until I'm sure they're taken care of. Once you get this off the chest, you're out in the open. You're not feeling it anymore. Just have this happen. You're on the truth. Go ahead. Talk to us over soft. Close or you. Got that off your chest. Got that out. Dog will go in the dog. The dog.
said it. And you gotta do this for yourself. I know you feel that it's gonna hurt someone, and it's actually gonna help someone come to grips with what they need to do. More importantly, it's gonna help you. How long do you think you're gonna be able to put up with this? It's not. Let's just see. Come on. You know, we found some flesh by that table. You know, you saw some flesh. We found it after all that hurt. I know you saw it. I know we have the same car. You tell us that you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to prove that in court. Tell us what you saw. You saw some body parts. Shake your head. Tell us what you saw. Alright. It'll be alright. What are the margins? Open. Purple blood through. What are the margins like? Smart arm, leg. I know. Alright. Oh my God. Did you see part of their head? Skull? So, but it's beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Do it with that. I do it with that. Awesome. Did you see anything, Steven? See? Do you think he was hoping that you didn't see that or what? We're the body parts in this house are what they got top of tires or underneath the tires or so underneath the bottom of the tires. Did you smell them? No, just smell them. Alright, we got a lot of important stuff out right now. Take a breath. Let's go over the parts that you can see. Okay, so you mentioned toes, fingers, parts of hand and feet, and then what you thought maybe was the stomach area or midsection of torso. You see big parts of the legs too. Parts of the legs, arms. You sure you didn't see your arm? I know this is very hard. It's easy, not easy, but it's easier to say you saw a toe or a finger. But when you start saying, I saw a head or a face or hair, stuff like that, that's more personal. But I find it very, very hard when you can see the skull or the head. You see part of the head or face or skull. Somewhat.
I know this is hard, but can you describe what you saw when you mean someone?
Like you're full of it.
Did you see any hair?
When you say your forehead, was it white bone already, or was there still flesh on it? A little bit of flesh.
Were all the body parts connected yet? That's. You say yes or no, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So all the body parts were pretty much connected. Then you saw the toes, which means they were probably connected to the head, correct? Which means they were the 3, 4 just going to ask you this question. You're saying this, you see that body part. You pretty much you see the body. Is that accurate? You saw her body in there.
Can you just say yes or no for me, Brent?
And then the shovel and the rake you were using the what? Now you can tell me you actually think that you would see that.
Yeah.
But you did. And you never said anything to him. Have you told this to anyone? And is that what's been bothering you really a lot?
Yeah.
And I understand that. That's normal. Because you've done nothing wrong.
Brent, I'm going to ask you a difficult question, okay? Did you help him put that body in the fire? If you did, it's okay.
The body in the fire before you got out of the fire.
When did you see it? When you first went out there, or when? So let's just go through you. What time did you go out there? What time?
9 o'clock.
So at 9 o'clock you go out and you go right by the fire? Yes? And you see what exactly? Explain to me exactly what you saw at 9 o'clock.
Tires, like garbage bags, and the to go get their feet.
So you go out there at 9 o'clock, you see the branches, the tires, the garbage that's all on the fire already? Is it burning already? And then you go get the car seat. How do you get that?
Who's come from? Jody.
No, Barbie. Okay. So you go get the seat, and then what do you do?
During this process, is he using a rake and a shovel just to mix things up and stir things?
So then after you throw the seat on, what happens? When do you see the body parts? He's pushing what on there? Okay. Tell me again, what do you see in that fire? First you see the feet, and then what? You saw the hands and the forehead, and then what did you see?
Someone got some wood, came back, and then what?
Alrighty, that is the end of that one. It just kind of fades off into nothing. So that is the end of the second interview with law enforcement that Brendan has. As you can see, he's pretty, from what we could hear, he's pretty consistent about the fact that he went over there to Stevens. They were burning tires, garbage, furniture, whatever. And he never starts to say that they were body parts until the officers start asking him directly questions about what body parts he saw, because that's actually how he gets pulled in here. One of the cousins, I think it's Brendan's cousin, Earl's daughter or somebody, that says, it's either Earl or Chuck's daughter, that says that Brendan saw body parts in the fire. She told law enforcement that, and she admitted on the stand that she had lied about that. So that is how Brendan gets called in, I guess, as a suspect in this. In my opinion, I think that's where he comes in. All right, so we're gonna now watch a video of him. This is his third interview. It was taken 2/27/06. So remember, Theresa Halbach goes missing the 31st of October in 2005. So now we are in the next year, in February. Steven's already been, at this point, he's been charged. He has not quite, I don't think he's been convicted at this point yet, but he's been charged. Yeah, because he's in prison for like 2 years before he gets charged. Or, I mean, convicted, sorry. All right, so, blah, blah, blah. Let me get to the page I need, which is right here. And here you go.
Yeah. All right, Brendan. One thing I'm going to ask you to do is when you start talking, that you have to speak up, okay? Kind of like I am. Otherwise, the thing won't pick up real well. But before we ask any questions, Brendan, I have to read you your rights. It's just what we have to do. One of those things, okay? Before we ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him with you during questioning. You have this right to the advice and presence of a lawyer, even though you cannot afford to hire one. We have no way of giving you a lawyer, but one will be appointed for you if you wish, and when you go to court. If you wish to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have questions at any time until you talk to a lawyer. I have read the above statement of my rights. I understand what my rights are. I am willing to answer questions and to make statements. I do not want a lawyer. I understand it and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure of any kind has been used against me. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
You have to speak up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And if you agree with making a statement, why don't you put your initials here and put your initials here. These are the two things I read to you. Okay. And I'm just going to put the place up here. Two Rivers Police Department. And the time is approximately 3:21 p.m. Okay. Let's put that over there for now. Brandon, just a few things. Okay, we're going to talk about what you had initially told us earlier, okay? How old are you?
16.
Okay. What's your address, Brendan?
12938 Avery Road.
What city?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
The truth is something that
Whatever that was redacted. Whatever question he asked.
is like something that's true, like something that really happened.
Okay. And you have to speak up again, okay? And what's a lie?
There's something that's false.
Okay. So if I said that I was wearing a red shirt, would that be the truth or a lie?
A lie. True.
Do you agree to tell us the truth today?
Yeah.
And if we ask you something you don't know the answer to, just tell us you don't know?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you all live with, Brent?
My mom and my 3 brothers.
Your mom and your 3 brothers? What are your 3 brothers' names?
Wayne, Bobby, and Brian.
Okay.
Avery.
Okay. And how is he related to you?
My sister's brother.
So that makes him what to you?
My uncle.
Well, what we want to talk to you about, Brendan, like we had talked about before, is October 31st of 2005. Okay? Do you remember that day?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that day when you came.
I got off the bus at 3:45, and I seen a Jeep down by our house, and I went into my house, and I played PlayStation 2 for 3 hours. I ate at 8 o'clock, and I got a phone call from Steven. And I said, yeah, and then he told me to bring the golf cart over. So I did, and then he drove me around to find some stuff. And we got the fan seat and some wood. And the seat off, and later on I seen her forehead and her belly.
Okay, I'm just going to stop you there. You said when you got home you saw her Jeep. Whose Jeep was that, do you think?
Hers.
Who's her?
Theresa Halbach.
Okay. Do you remember what it looked like?
Green. And
That night after you got a call from Steven, you said?
yeah,
What time is that?
at 9:30.
9:30 at night?
Yeah.
And what date was that on?
October 31st.
And was there a fire going already at that time?
Yeah.
And who was at the fire at that time?
Steven.
Anybody else?
No.
Okay.
Like some wood and some, like a broken cabinet.
And how did you pick those up?
We picked them up with our hands and put them in the go-kart
Okay, and then where did you take them?
over by the fire, and we set it on the ground.
Okay, you said before you saw something in the fire. What did you see?
Her foot, her toes.
Describe where you saw them,
Like on the side of the fire,
and where, was it under something? or-
under some tires and some branches.
Okay. Had Steven brought something out to tend the fire with at all?
Some gas.
Did he use gases to make it go?
Like a shovel and a rake.
Okay.
Did you see anything else in the fire besides toes?
A hand and forehead and her belly.
Did it look like she was in one piece, or did it look like she was chopped up, or what did it look like?
In one piece.
When you
It looked like some fat or something.
How did you know it was a forehead?
Because there's like some ziggly lines on it.
Would have been in the, if I had you draw a picture, could you draw like that pit area and kind of draw in what you saw and where you saw it? Okay, how about if I do that now? I'll give you a pen.
In the back of his garage, or behind the garage.
Behind Steven's garage?
Yeah.
Put an H where his house would be and a G where his garage would be. So what you drew here, can you just explain what you drew here?
And she,
Where were you standing when you saw her? Put an X there.
like right here,
And would you put your initials so I know that's you? And maybe another X where he was standing?
like right there.
Okay.
And then you guys put more stuff on the fire?
Yeah, when it went down.
And what did you? Okay, and how was it that you were able to see her? Were things moved around, or was it just because the fire went down?
Well, he moved it around so I could see it
How did he move it around?
with a shovel.
So explain to me what you mean he moved it around. Tell me what you mean.
He like shifted it around, like trying to smooth it out. Like that.
Okay. And when he did that, what did you see?
Her fingers and her head, her forehead.
What happened next?
We went over, he went into the garage, I went to his house and got the garbage bags. Before that, we started.
Did you guys talk about what you saw in there?
Yeah,
Okay, tell me about that.
I seen it, he said, he seen me see it, so he told me not to say something, or else he threatened me a little bit,
How did he threaten you? What did he say?
that he would.
What else did he tell you about what you saw?
That I shouldn't say nothing.
Did he tell you what it was?
That it was her body,
Did he tell you whose body?
Theresa Halbach.
What did he tell you? How did it get there?
That he put it there with like he drove it there. Like his
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Could you say that one more time? With his what?
I just want to say his answers are not confident. It's like he's questioning the law enforcement officers, like he drove there, like question mark, like is that what you want me to say? And you can see that they're very much leading the questions. Their questions are very leading, and they continue to be so. What else was I gonna say? Oh, also those like cutouts in the audio. That's not me doing that. That's something in the audio. I apologize. It's very annoying. It was not. It's. I guess it's not redactions because it keeps happening. So it must be something with this video. So sorry about that.
his mobile side.
Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
Did he tell you anything about what happened to her prior to that?
They tied her up in her Jeep and stabbed her in the stomach.
And then what did he do?
Then he put the knife under the seat and tried to hide the Jeep
And did he tell you where?
behind in the woods area,
In the woods area where?
down in the pit by the lake or the pond. Branches over in a car hood.
You mentioned a sled. Is that a sled that you pull behind something?
Yeah.
Do you know what he pulled the sled with when he took it over there, or did he just pull it himself?
I think he pulled it by himself.
Did you ever see that sled?
Mm.
Does he have a sled?
Yeah.
Where is that sled?
Probably in the garage.
What's it look like?
Black.
What's it, I'm sorry, what's it made out of?
Plastic or rubber or whatever. Like a fishing thing.
Did he tell you why he did this to Theresa?
Because he was.
Did he tell you why he was angry?
No.
Did he throw anything else on the fire?
Some garbage.
And anything else?
Some clothes that had blood-stained and a cut in it.
Describe the clothes for us.
The shirt was blue and the pants were.
They look like what gender clothing would they have done?
Girl clothes.
Did he say whose clothes they were,
Yeah.
and whose were they?
Theresa Halbach.
And you said something about blood on what article of clothing was the blood on?
The shirt.
And you said there was a hole in the shirt. About where was that?
In the stomach.
Could you just point?
Did he say anything about that hole?
No.
Okay.
Did he tell you when he did this?
No.
How has this affected you?
That I've been sad for the last 3-4 months.
What have you been sad about?
I thought that he didn't do it and felt sorry for Theresa's family.
Did you have anything to do? Stab her?
No.
Did you help put the body in the fire?
No.
Did anybody else?
Not that I know of.
Have you told anyone else about this?
No.
Have you told your mother?
No.
Is your mother here today?
Yeah.
So then why isn't the mother with them? You know, one of them testified that she refused to go in. Like, she refused the offer. Like, they offered for her to go in and she refused. She sat outside. But later, after court, she said that that's a lie. And that they wouldn't let her sit with Brendan. So,
Anything else about Theresa?
And she was pretty.
What else did he say about her, if anything? Do you know what sexual assault means?
Yeah. No.
Did he say anything about wanting to?
No.
So just so I'm clear on this, where did he say that he stabbed her?
In the stomach.
And that occurred where? Outside, inside, in the truck, where?
In the Jeep.
The Jeep. What color the pants were?
No.
Do you remember what color the shirt was?
Blue.
What was it, a t-shirt or a button-up shirt or what type of shirt?
Like a button-up shirt.
What about shoes? Did you see any shoes at all?
No.
see any camera or cell phone anywhere?
No.
When you saw her in the fire, did she have shoes on?
No.
So you saw what?
Her toes and her feet.
Was there still skin on her toes and feet?
Yeah.
Was it, what color was it?
Like peach and a little bit of white.
If her body was on fire, I doubt she would be peach and white like a pale Caucasian skin tone like she was. Her skin would no longer be that color, I'm assuming. So he doesn't know.
So just so I'm clear on this, he told you who it was,
Yeah.
and he told you it was who?
Theresa Halbach.
How long were you by the fire?
Oh, 2 hours.
Were you scared when you saw what you saw?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell anybody?
I was scared too.
What were you scared about?
That they would think that I helped them.
Is there anything else that you can think of?
No.
Did he tell you how he got the truck back into the pit?
He drove it
Which way did he drive it?
past Chucky's house.
Say when he did that?
Like the day on October 31st.
You told me before that he told you that he stabbed her in the stomach.
Yeah.
Where did he do that? In the house, in the garage,
In the Jeep.
in the Jeep? And where was the Jeep? Do you know how he got her from the pit up to the fire pit?
Why I slide.
Did he say which way he brought her up?
No.
And you told me before that he tie her up.
Rope.
Anything else?
No.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Is there anything we forgot to ask?
Not that I know.
Was this hard for you to do?
Yeah.
I can imagine. And there's no doubt in your mind what you saw in that fire. Pardon?
Yeah.
You know that that was. When Steven was up north with you that week, or at the end of that week, that next weekend, and the police came up there, what did he say?
He said to drive as hard as he can to get away.
To get away from,
The cops.
okay. Has he said anything else to you since that night?
No.
When we wanted to talk to you and stuff, did he say anything to you about what you should say? Has he threatened you since that night, or told you don't say anything or anything like that since that night?
No.
Do you know whose knife it was?
No.
Do you know where the knife is now?
No.
Give your evidence.
Would it be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we're gonna do that, okay?
Thank you, Brendan.
Just hang in there, right?
I was trying to skip through some of that here, so we don't have to just sit in silence.
Yeah, we took the silver cool gray Jeep and put it in the garage.
It's a Jeep, or,
It's a Suzuki
and where was that located before you put it in the garage?
on the side of the garage.
Do you know his girlfriend, his fiance Stevens? You saw Jody.
Before she went to jail.
Do you remember about what month that was?
No.
No. And when's the last time you talked to Jody?
Like 2 or 3 days before she went in.
Okay. Has Steven said anything to you about her? In any relation to what he did? That he did this?
No.
Has he blamed her in any way?
No.
I'm trying to understand what he might have been mad about, Jerry.
I think they were trying to get at like anger issues with women or something, having some kind of obsession or emotion when it comes to women in his life, such as if he would trigger really easily with his fiance at the time or not. But Brendan isn't saying that he is, so they're not getting the information that they want. So again, they're leading Brendan to get an answer.
Do you have any idea what he was angry about that day?
No.
Did you ask him?
No. Yeah.
So haul some items around. Whose golf cart were you using?
My mom's.
And what's your mom's first name?
Barb.
Barb.
So, to understand this, according to Steven, and what you just said that Steven said, he had her down in the pit and then brought her up from the pit and put her in the fire.
Do you know where he got the rope from to tie her up?
No.
Could you see that? Could you see that she was tied up or not in the fire?
No.
ever wrapped up in anything at any time?
No.
At this point in time, they really only have Brendan admitting that he saw body parts in the fire, and they're still trying to like pick apart that and find more information. They really later on the story just evolves and it becomes he became part of it and he assaulted her too, and all this other stuff. But in the beginning, we first heard his first interview, and he said, I just went over there. We were driving around in a golf cart, picking up stuff off the yard, burning stuff, burning tires, burning garbage. And he's been consistent with that message, but now they've thrown in the whole body part conversation because of the cousin who stated to law enforcement that Brendan said that to her, even though it was a lie.
Anything that we're forgetting to ask, Brendan?
No.
Because now's the time. You have to tell us if there is. Think real hard. You said you threw some white bags in the fire. What was in those bags?
Garbage.
You said he called you and asked you to come out with a fire. Did he call you on the phone or yell on the door? Or
And you stayed at the fire until what time?
10:30.
1:30. Do you know how long he stayed out there?
Probably 11:30.
How do you know that?
Because my brother came home and he was still out there.
Your brother, which brother came home?
Blaine.
Blaine. And what did
Yes, the shovel. Because Blaine was going home from Halloween, trick-or-treating
and that was at what time?
at 11:30.
Do you know what he was going to do with the fire pit?
He was going to build up it and then cover it up and start a new one.
How was he going to do that? Just explain to me what you mean by build up it and try to make a new one. Was he going to fill it with dirt or keep burning stuff, or exactly what was he going to do, do you think? Or what did he tell you?
He was going to keep on burning stuff and then, yeah, so his yard would be all flat instead of all lumpy.
And then he was going to do what, did you say, after that?
He was gonna like put the fire pit behind his house.
He's going to put a new fire pit back there?
Yeah. Not that I know of.
Do you think Chucky may have saw something?
Probably.
Why do you think that?
Because he came down like the next talk to him.
Okay. Were you there?
No. I seen Chucky come down with his truck.
Do you know what they talked about?
No.
Did you ever ask Chucky?
No.
Did Chucky ever tell you anything about this?
No.
Did you ever tell Chucky anything about this?
No.
November.
First.
What time did you see Chucky come down by
Like 5:30.
5:30 at night?
Yeah.
And where did Chucky go when he came down by Steve?
By the garage. She was working on his Monte.
Who was working on his Monte?
Steven. Garage.
How did the Monte get in the garage?
Well, it drives around it. You can drive it.
I thought you told us before that the Suzuki was in the garage, you helped him push it in there.
He had to fix something on it.
So where was the Suzuki when he was working on the Monte?
Probably outside.
Garage?
Talking to Steve.
Are you sure that was the next day? Did you notice any marks on Steven at all?
On his arm.
Where on his arm?
Like right here.
Do you remember which arm?
His left.
His left arm? How did he get that mark?
Well, he said that he got it from working up by the yard, that he cut himself with glass.
Okay. Did he tell you anything else about that mark?
No.
Did he tell you that at any time that he had been injured when he had killed Theresa? Where was that scratch?
Like on his finger.
Okay.
And how do you say he got that scratch?
Dip on the fingernail or something.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
So tell me again exactly what he told you.
That he got it from someone scratching him.
Did he tell you who? Was there a struggle or something, or what did he say?
Yeah, there was a struggle.
Tell me about that. What did he tell you?
When he was trying to tie her up, she tried to get over and scratch him, trying to get away from him. And she couldn't, so he tied her up and stabbed her.
Anything or anything? Did he say anything about that?
No.
So he actually showed you the finger,
Yeah.
and which finger was it?
The pointer finger.
Did you see anything on that finger?
Yeah, a scratch.
When he's telling you about this stuff,
At the ground.
did he at any time apologize for doing this to her?
No.
What did you say to him about this? How did you feel about it when you realized what it was? And he told you what he did?
I felt sad
Sad because why?
that he did it, and felt sorry for Teresa's family.
Did you ever meet Theresa before that?
No.
Did Steve ever meet her before that?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because we had a Lincoln for sale, and we wanted to put it in the book, so she came again.
Did you ever see her truck before that day?
No.
Her truck after he told you where it was?
No.
Brendan, you may have answered this, at least indirectly. After you saw what you saw and Steven told you what he told you, why didn't you go to the police?
Because I was scared too. That I would get in trouble too.
Any other reasons?
If Steven were to get out on bond tomorrow, would you be scared?
Yeah. Because he would probably try to kill me or something.
Why do you think that?
You're telling me.
Why do you think he'd try to kill you though? I mean, what would make you think he would do that?
Because he told me not to say nothing, so. And I did, so he would.
Did he say anything else when he was trying to tie her up? You told me before that she was trying to struggle and get away, and that's when he got scratched by her, right?
Yeah.
Did he say if he got kicked by her or anything like that?
No.
Did he say if he took any of her valuables, any money, anything like that?
No.
Did you ask him about it?
No.
Did you have trouble sleeping that night?
Sort of.
Why?
Trying to figure out why he did it.
Did you ever ask him after that night why he did it?
No.
I have nothing further.
Is there anything else you want to say, Brandon, to the, you know this is being recorded, to the recording or anything?
No.
Is everything you told Agent Fossbender and myself the truth?
Yeah.
Did you lie at all during this conversation?
No.
Have you lied to us at all about anything you told us?
No.
I appreciate you. You have any questions?
No, I don't have anything else. Tell him.
I'm going to sign this in front of you as a witness, though, okay? I'll put the date in there. And time. Thank you, Brandon. Brendan, sorry.
All right, that's that. I didn't know if there was going to be more after that, but all right. So that was his third interview. So the second one we've heard today in this episode, but the third interview by police that he's had that we know of. I mean, I hope there weren't more, but geez, Louise. I mean, 6 is excessive. So let's move on to, we're going to go to his fourth interview, which I have to pull up here. All right, so this one's about 30 minutes. So all of these were like shorter ones, and then we'll get into the longer ones later. But here we go. So this one, this is important to note that this was taken in the morning of March 1st, 2006. He is later interrogated for much longer on video in that afternoon. And that is the one that you see footage of in Making a Murderer. And we're going to watch that in its entirety. But first, we're going to listen to this. And then in the next episode, we'll listen to that interview, or we'll actually get to watch it because it's video. All right, here we go. Brendan Dassey's fourth interview with law enforcement.
This will be an audio tape portion of interview of Brendan Dassey. Date is 03/01/06, time 10 a.m. Brendan.
I want to point out, why didn't they do that in all of these tapes? Because all the audio that we have doesn't have that. It doesn't say, this is so-and-so, Sergeant, blah, blah, interviewing Brendan Dassey. And that's what they all should say, with a date and a time. But we don't have that in the recordings that we have, except for this one.
I'm just going to read you this form, your Miranda rights, and talk about that a little bit, okay? Law requires you to advise you of the following rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. The right to consult a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning. You have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Now you got to speak up so this thing picks up your voice, okay? I just got two questions to ask you from there. Do you know and understand each of these rights, your rights, which I have explained?
Yeah.
Understand these rights? You want to talk with us? And I'm going to sign here. And I need you to sign by the X. Hello? Call Petering. I can't talk right now.
Thank you, Brendan.
Alright, so like I told you, we're going to take a ride over to the Manor Sheriff's Department. They got a nice, quiet room there. There's no kids running in and out and stuff,
So he just signed his Miranda rights away. Meaning he signed away his right to remain silent. Because he's going to continue to talk to these officers. And they read him his rights. But he's going to continue to talk to these officers and incriminate himself. Somehow.
If you play it right, who knows? Maybe get you back as soon as we can. If we all get over here as soon as we can. I'm just going to have you initial, actually, also, here and here, saying that I read you those and then that you agreed to talk with us, okay? Alright.
I think we told you, brother, we talked to Mom, and Mom is okay with this and good with this. She just wants to talk to you before we're done.
Just one question I had for you real quick, Brendan, is those jeans that Tom had talked to you about tonight with the bleach stains on them, do you still have those?
Yeah.
Where are those?
They're in my house.
Do you know where in your house they would be?
Yeah.
Where would they be?
They're by the kitchen table.
By the kitchen table, like laying on the floor or on a...
I looked at them and I put them on the chair.
They're sitting in a chair at the kitchen table? Oh, okay. Is anybody at your house right now?
Not that obvious.
Is your house locked? No? Would you give us permission to go in and get those jeans? Just to grab the jeans and leave? That's a yes. You have to speak up in here. You give us permission to go in your house and get those jeans? Okay. I'm just going to make a phone call quick and let one of our guys know they can just stop and pick those up. Okay?
We're not going to go do it. We're going to grab them.
Actually, we're this close, we can just grab them. How's that? That makes more sense.
Me is whatever they want to be.
Sure.
we'll just go over and verify that they're there and grab them, and then I'll call them and tell them they look like and all that. So you like snow? Or would you rather have it warm up? No? You can get out of school. So you can get out of school? Yeah, I remember being your age, waiting for that snow day. That was a great thing. That last snow, did you have a snow day? No. You didn't get out of school that day? No. Oh my gosh. During that blizzard? You didn't? You guys had school here? Really? Oh, mine got out. I didn't. You have to ride the bus to school, or that's how you get to school, right? Blade drive yet, Brendan? What about you? Yeah. Could do one more thing with the instructor. Looking forward to that. Sure you can find yourself a car out here somewhere. Drifts over pretty much. I'll bet you get some drifts in this driveway, huh? The hole is built in right. We're out at Brendan's at 10:18 a.m. Brendan and I and Tom will go in and get those jeans. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. Brendan's residence. They give us the jeans. 10:21 a.m. Sorry, man, I'm here for this silly machine here. Get out of it. It's located in the kitchen area at the kitchen table area. Hey, Wendy, it's Mark. Can you go up by John? He's not answering his cell phone. I left him a voicemail, and of course, the voicemail I described everything on there. I can't talk about it right now, but okay, as soon as he's back, because we got that stuff. You guys don't need to pick those jeans up. We picked them up. Yeah, yeah. At Brendan's house. Brendan gave us permission to go get him. He's with us right now, so I pretty much got everything on his voicemail. Tell him to listen to his cell phone voicemail. And if you guys have any questions, call me back. Thank you. Bye. What's the quickest way to Manitowoc from here? You don't know? Okay, let's go right. Taking the interstate seems to take forever. We'll go down to B and head on B. That's the quickest way that I know of. Travis tell you that I talked to him? Yeah. He seems like a pretty cool kid. Yeah. I like him. You go over there quite a bit on the weekends, huh? Seems like a nice place to be. How's the night go in the motel room? It's a pretty nice place, Fairfax Hills, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of looks like it could snow a little bit today. I'm more worried about the freezing rain. It's supposed to come in later. They said it's supposed to be in the 40s something. I think they lied. Oh my. Let's Michigan will turn it on. Brendan, you hungry at all? Drink anything, bag of chips or something? Maybe, be a little while. Okay. Donuts? to eat? Once? Do you golf at all? You come out here to Fox Hills? Yeah. Don't you? You eat lunch at school normally, or yeah? How's the food there? Pretty good. I'll put a windmill up at my house. I would pleasure. The city say it's nice for well. How you doing, Brendan? Since the last time we talked to you, everyone being decent to you? Yeah. Okay. My girlfriend just wants to get over yesterday. Oh yeah? Have you told her about this? Where does your girlfriend live? Manitowoc. Manitowoc? You talk to her on the internet or what? You have to speak up, I can't hear you. On MSN. On MSN and on the phone. Okay. You got a webcam or anything like that? No? The car sounds like it's falling apart. It's not a car. Just keep on going to get to the stop sign and turn right. Do you fish at all? Somewhat. You ever come down here? Once in a while. Looks like this. I don't know. It's not open anymore. Oh, is it? No. Used to be plenty of weddings there over the years. Emily? You know her last name? No? Yeah, they would. I think it was on the plane. I guess it was Appleton or Sheboygan Christians or Sheboygan Christian. I think they played them at home at Attention Depot. They did? I wonder how bad at all.
I don't know why there's nothing being said, but there's a lot of nothing being said in this.
Call me before he just got it off. Where's that? In 10 minutes. Hey, this is Mark. Yeah. In 10 minutes. Yep. We're just coming in on me. Alright, bye. Where's that? Detective Rutherford. No, he's available. Where the hell was he? He had called me before. He just got it off. Straight through the lights. That is Mark. Oh, you can try again. Okay, bye.
I don't understand why there's so much silence in this one. They're just not talking, but okay. I'm trying to silence him enough, or stay silent so that he talks. I don't know. So there's about 3 minutes left, but it's so quiet. They're not saying anything. Got 1 minute left.
Target's by you. Want to get that left lane? We'll turn left at the lights. You know where we are? Right there. Yeah. Sure, when we go up in the center, just go up to the lights and then turn right and come around. Go right at the next. Not here, but just go over there. Park right in front. Right, stop there. Park right in front.
All right, so that concludes the fourth interview of Brendan Dassey with law enforcement. And that was in the morning of March 2006. And as you can see, there really wasn't a whole lot to that one. But yeah, so there was, I mean, that's his fourth interview, technically. So he's had 4 interviews with law enforcement. That is more than Steven Avery. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So the next episode, we're going to actually watch, like I said, it is the full 4-hour video. We're going to break it up into 2 parts, so it's not the 4 hours in one. We'll do 2 parts, 2 hours each, and then that will be his 5th interview. And then we have a little surprise in between, which will be the interview that he had with whatchamacallit. That's not the voice. I'm not Brandon Dassey. The interview that he had with Michael O'Kelly, who is the investigator of his first defense attorney, Len Kaczynski, who, as we all know now, is disgraced. And he was also removed from Brendan Dassey's first case because of the fact that he let Brendan get interviewed without legal representation, and the treatment of Brendan during the interview / interrogation by his investigator, Michael O'Kelly, which we'll also watch. And then we will watch his 6th interview, finally. Or is that... It might be an audio. I can't remember. There's so many. But yes, so we're continuing on the path of Brendan. And if it seems like this is excessive, and the amount of questioning and the way that they're questioning him, then you're correct. It is excessive. And if you think it's excessive that we're doing all of these videos, then yes, it's excessive, because I want people to understand what Brendan went through in order for what he believed was to go home and watch WrestleMania. But he was, I would say, traumatized by these officers, and believed that he was supposed to be giving them specific answers. And that's how the interviews went, because they basically led the questions and fed him information to his, which we will later find out, his confession in the next episodes. So stick with me, please. We have a lot to go still in the Brendan Dassey saga, and we're also I'm going to be reading transcripts from testimony, key witnesses. We're not doing the whole trial unless somebody really wants me to do the whole entire trial of Steven Avery, but I think I'm going to pick out like just the key witnesses and read through those opening statements and final, and closing arguments, and key witnesses we're going to go through. So we still have a little ride to go through, because we have so much information with this case, and it's been to trial and everything. So we will just keep going and following along in this saga. So thank you so much for watching. Please, again, don't forget to do the YouTube things. It really helps with the algorithms. And thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Take care. If you've been impacted by a true crime and would like your story told in your own words, or if you or someone you know has been wrongfully convicted or accused of a crime, please write to crimeincourtchannel@gmail.com and tell us your real true crime encounters. Thanks for watching.